back in the field, but there's some mastiff here. Interesting.
Achuta, 뭔가 군비스돌비 기군이었나? 동 바투가스 박딜리아.
Who are you?
뭔가 디고 뭔가 군한가비. One 군베스 칭 바라몰레 통킹바 누누다. tukning chatukunne muleraves. Muchachar patat. Kieno no namapaole rachiku. Takunjus tahmiki grabulmoko. Kachichu itaro tunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Ogesha ponka bola wanachite. Amules limo podadara naka kumbis muleraves. Chetubadowana nigibobo. Tong nabungsha nunya, tong batukas magtalea.
Oh well, even though I have a quest for saving the galaxy, I shall sell. Okay, even though I have a galaxy to save, I shall solve this problem. One kunbes ching palamule tunking barunotek tukning chatukunne muleraves ka chikun itahodonga iking kuno pa mulera chikun spimo podona duliodunga kunkabe tong haitwam jiji dumplumpa nitapoe tikito dolpa da bonqualeo gandonan chuchut Kachichu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Onga kumbistang ba mulira. Onga dibo tonga kunhanga. Ona kumbes ching palamule. Tunking ba nunotak. Tukning chatukunne muliraves. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Spimo podona rulihodunga ku hunkabe. Runda diho donga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Ka chikun itahodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Spimo podona rulihodunga ku hunkabe. Runda dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Ka chikun itahodunga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Spimo podona rulihodunga ku hunkabe. Runda dihodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunne mulerabes. Muchachak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun. Okay, I shall solve this case.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it, I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Greetings, Padawan. You must be the one Master Boluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Ricard Lusoff, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
For now, I don't.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Bakupot. Runga diho tonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tunta kumjus takniki grabelmogo. Kachichu itabo dunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Jedabadawana ni dibobo. Tong na bungsha nununya. Tong betong haitwam jiji jumplumpa. Nitapoe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita ku muchishak pakat. Kiye no namapaole rachikun. Takumjus takniki grabelmogo. Kachichu itabo dunga. Tolbabank waleo.
Okay. I shall ask Handon once again.
How can I be of further assistance? Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say. Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
So, what do you want to know? I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those calf hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, pow, went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now? So. Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. Well, I was out hunting Irias south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I couldn't see it none too clearly. I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handon standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Irias in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Boluk's got that now. Mine too. I want that back. Right.
Let's find out.
Ako pa, Cheko pa. Ronda diho, takong just tak. Jedi ba dawanan ni Gibobo? Tong nabungshan, tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Dita po e tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gando na chuk muchasha. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Dita po e tikito. Dolpa da bonkwaleo gando na chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chilamulane ni dubobo. Onga kumbis jang ba mulira. Ta kunjus tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Moga siya ponka bola wana chikne. Pamule slimo podadada. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamu. Muchashat pakant.
How can I be of further assistance? I know him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. Right.
Is there any other information you need? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? Thanks.
How can I be... But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunutek ka chikun ita hodonga iking kuno ba mulera chikun slimo podona runda di hodonga kun hankabi wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunutek tukning chikun ita hodonga iking kuno pa mulera chikun slimo podona rundi hodonga ku hunkabe ta kunjus tak miki grabul mogo kachichu ita hodonga tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut mogesha ponka bola wana chikne mule slimo podadara nanga kumbis mule rabes ka chikun ita hodonga iking kuno pa mule chikun slimo podona rundi hodonga ku hunkabe mucho shat pakat.
Okay, let's ask those guys one more time.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? I can block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. I hope you don't find that incriminating. You know, normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Medic, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife. I was just out running, trying to clear my...
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, calm down.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right.
Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? Very
Hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun ta kunjus tak miki grabul mo. Runda digo tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukunde mulerabes. Ka chikun idahadonga. Iking kuno ba mulerachikun. Slimo podona rundihodunga ku hunkabe. Mucho shak pakat. Kieno no namapaole rachikun.
Is there any other information you need? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Thanks.
Let's try this.
Tong abom sha umnino. Wanga kumbis king balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kababolpa muji kumana. Runda digo tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukunne mulerabes. Runda digo tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukunne mulerabes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jedi badawana nigi bobo. Tong nabungsha nununya. Tong patukashmak talea. Ka chikun idahadonga. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Slimo podona rundihodunga ku hunkabe. Runda digo tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukunne mulerabes. Tong abom sha umnino. Wanga kumbis king balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idadwana. Kababolpa muji kumana. Takunjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Mamule slimo podadala nanga kumbis mule rabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mule rachikun. Slimo podona rundihodunga ku hunkabe. Runda digo tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukunne mulerabes. Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Wonga kumbis chang ba mulera.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
Takunjus takmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Pamule slimo podadala nanga kumbis mulerabes. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pa mulera chikun. Slimo podona rundihodunga ku hunkabe. Tong haitwam jiji lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto dun. Chilamulane nindubobo. 뭔가 kumbischang ba mulira.
Well done. I'm impressed. Not sure I could have done as well.
Thank you.
뭔가 kumbis dolpi kikuyanna. Dong patugas maktilia.
Thank you very much. Okay, now that we're back again at Jedi Enclave, let's find that lady that wanted her missing droid. Oh, here you are.
I took the loss of my droid much too hard. I feel I must apologize. But I must. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see. Maybe I thought that through the droid, my husband could live again, be with me still.
I think we understand. Love can do strange things to anyone.
But I went too far. I could not see what was missing in living a normal life. Fortunately, in my grief, I returned here and ran into Samt, an absolutely fascinating man.
Oh, nice to meet you, Sam.
Samt and I got to talking, and, well, we have a lot in common. I think we'll be seeing more of each other. It's funny how things work out in the end. Maybe there is such a thing as fate, after all. But I think we should be going now. We have so much more to talk about. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done for me, and what you tried to do. Goodbye, and thank you.
No problem. You doing all right?
Rahesia and I cannot thank you enough for what you have done for us. Now we will finally have a place to share our love, without fear of reprisals from our families. We will stay here for the next little while. We're still hoping our parents will learn to set aside their differences and welcome us back into their homes. If they do not, well, perhaps we will travel to Coruscant or to the core worlds and make our fortunes there.
I wish you the best of luck, Shen. I hope you two find the happiness I once knew myself.
That's very noble view.
I'm sorry we have nothing of value to give you as a reward.
It's okay.
Our families have cut us off completely. Had the council not taken us in, we would be foraging in the wilderness to survive. We are waiting before the ceremony. Hopefully in time our fathers will agree to attend. If not, we plan to have a small, simple ceremony. You will be invited, of course.
Why, thank you. Well, that's about it for today's episode. In the next part, we are finally exploring ancient ruins here in Dantooine. And I think that will be our last stop before we depart from Dantooine for other planets. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you in the next video.